the one that we're supposed to be connected to, because they've told us you gotta walk this tightrope and this line, and if you walk along the line, he's gonna send you to hell. You could live 30 years worshiping and living for him, make one error, and if you die in that error, you go into hell. What in the name of common sense does that mean? Are you crazy? Why would I even serve him if he's that sadistic and masochistic? I don't need a God like that. And so if I am so focused on staying on the line, I can't fulfill my assignment. But my God is big enough to handle my fault, my strokes, grubs, my mess ups, because he's already prepared for what I might do. He knows what I'm going to do before I do it, and he already made preparation for me before I get there. What follows darkness is light. That darkness is the indicator that light is getting ready to shine. So there it is in Genesis, when darkness was upon the face of the deep, and God in the spirit form moved upon the face of the waters, and then God said, let there be. Because darkness precedes the light. Are you understanding what I'm saying? But he needs the darkness there so that God can move upon the face of the deep, so that the shift can take place. Listen, look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor that shift take place in the darkness. Oh God, y'all didn't hear what I just said. Everybody's not going to see the shift that's happening. They see the chaos, but they don't see the shift. They see all the craziness going on in your life, but they don't understand that underneath the darkness, God is moving in secret. He's moving in quiet. He's moving in the hidden places. He's moving in the cracks and the corners and the crevices. He's moving in places that you cannot see. And when the light comes, they're going to see a new order. afraid to imagine. But I'm here to tell you that you are an infinite, limitless, boundless being. Are you willing to do what is necessary to have what you desire?
Thank you for joining us. Please take a moment and like the Facebook page. Subscribe to the YouTube page and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we go live. If you are finding value in these enrichment sessions, please consider supporting this page financially. Your donations allow us to continue to provide spiritual enlightenment, self-exploration, and kingdom knowledge. Also, consider becoming a partner because partnerships have this privilege. As a partner, you'll be able to attend our annual Partners Only Summer Summit, join us for our 6 a.m. virtual daily guided meditation sessions, weekly advanced empowerment sessions, regular prophetic insights and instructions, 30% discount on all Emerge books and merchandise, and a custom Emerge t-shirt. You'll also gain full access to the private Emerge Movement community page as well as group chats. Once again, thank you for watching.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Emerge Empowerment Session. I'm your host, Isaac J. Miles Sr., man, and I'm so excited to share with you this morning. I am so happy and grateful for all of you that have tuned in to watch us here live on Facebook as well as on YouTube. I appreciate your faithfulness, your interest, your support, and your participation in these empowerment sessions. You are the reason that I'm here every single week. It brings me great joy, and it is the passion of my life to empower people on their journey towards spiritual wholeness by giving you the tools that you need in order to create, cultivate, and curate the very life that you desire. I'm excited to share this morning because we are still in the harvest season. Lord have mercy. I know it's early on. I haven't even gotten started with the teaching, but I'm going to ask you to go ahead and write in the comments. It's harvest time. It is harvest time. It's harvest time. It's harvest time. I can't even tell you how excited I am to be in this period, in this season, in this time that we find ourselves in right now. This is the time. The scripture says there is a time and a place, a time and a place. There is a season for all things, and then there is a time for every purpose under the sun. And that, it goes further to say, as long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest time will never cease. And so we have seed time, and then we have harvest time. And we are in the midst of harvest time. Yes, goodness. This means the seeds that were planted during that period of that season of seed sowing, seeds that were planted long ago, seeds that were planted in faith, that were given a mission, that had been named for a specific thing or purpose. Now we are in the position to begin to start reaping the harvest from those seeds that have been sown. And maybe you're one of those who's saying, well, I missed seed time, or I didn't get very much seed into the ground. It's okay, because we are in this period where seed time and harvest time are overlapping. Woo! That's powerful. I said it's a period where seed time and harvest time is overlapping. And so there's still time for you to get seed into the ground so that you can begin to experience harvest in this harvest time. Harvest time began at the beginning of this particular month and will run all the way through mid-November. that will be leading up to the beginning of what we call a new year. We're actually already in a new year, but it's a new year according to the Gregorian calendar. So it's a great period of time of acceleration, manifestation, expansion, and experience. It's harvest time. Did you hear what I said? It's harvest time. Put it in the comments. Big, bold letters, all caps. It's harvest time. It's time for you to experience blessing and abundance and increase and overflow like never before, unmatched and unparalleled. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is with that in mind that, as always, we began our 90 Days of Abundance program, a practical plan to the manifestation of abundance. It is a powerful plan that we began just 8 days ago now. And I'm telling you, it has been phenomenal. We gather every morning at 6 a.m. for a time of meditation and affirmative prayer, where we put out our affirmations and our intentions, set our goals, and then we agree together in prayer around certain principles that we focus on each and every day. Those principles, spiritual principles, are our intentions. They set our intentions for the day so that we're able to work harmoniously with the anointing, the spirit, the energy, the force that is available to us in the atmosphere emanating from the kingdom of God that is within us. This 90 days of abundance is guaranteed. Let me say it again. 100% guaranteed to shift your financial life, your spiritual life, your emotional, mental life, your physical life, so that you experience abundance in every facet, in every part of your existence. And so I invite you to join us every single morning at 6 a.m. just for 20 minutes. 20 minutes of prayer and meditation that will help to set your day and send you out the door energized and ready to conquer and experience the expansion that comes from walking in harmonious alignment with the divine Spirit of God that is within you. It is in that spirit this morning that we are going to have a robust and powerful conversation that I know is going to encourage and empower you. Now, I need for you, before I get started, to do what I always ask you to do. Lord have mercy, I've already used up about 14 minutes. Great day. So I'm going to have to really go fast because I'm going to try and stay within an hour. I might go a little bit over. Forgive me if I do. But I need you to do this for me. I need everybody that's on, everybody that's watching on Facebook, everybody who's watching on YouTube. I need you to do a couple of things. Number one, like this live. Hit the like button. Hit it several times if you like. But I need for you to like it. Oh, I feel like I'm about to sneeze. I guess not. Hit the like button and then also hit the share button. I need you to share this live on your page. Share it in any and all of the groups that you're a part of, especially those of you who are on Facebook. Share it with all of your group chats, your text message chats that you have on your phone. Share it with your friends, your families, your colleagues. Share it with any and everybody that you can so that they can join us in this conversation. The final thing is tag. Man, the good thing about Facebook is that you can tag people right now in the comments. Some of you have already started doing that. Thank you so much for your faithfulness. Thank you for your participation. But I'm going to ask everybody that's watching to tag someone in the comments. As a matter of fact, everyone tag at least minimum 3 people. Everybody. Just right now, tag 3 people that you would love to invite to be a part of this conscious conversation. I need every single person on here to do that right this moment. Just tag 3 people. I don't care whether it's your sister, your brother, your cousin, your auntie, your mama, your daddy, your friend, your boo, your baby. Just tag somebody, baby daddy, baby mama, whoever it is, and invite them to come and be a part of this conscious conversation, because today we're going to talk about the restoration, rejuvenation, reformation, and revival of abundance. Woo, woo. This is going to be good. I got some revelation for you. I got some words of encouragement and empowerment for you that are going to bless your life. There were a few things that the Spirit of God spoke to me this morning while I was preparing to come on that I know it was like dynamite being set off inside of me. I woke up tired, a little bit sleepy because I didn't rest very well last night. My own fault. Okay. Nothing else. Things that I neglected to do prior to my going to sleep. So I woke up a little bit tired, almost. I don't know how you wake up tired and drained, but I felt that way. But man, when this revelation began to hit my spirit and emerge from within me, it brought a fire within and enthusiasm that I can hardly contain. And so I want to share it with all of you today. So please go ahead, tag. I don't see a whole lot of tagging going on. I'm looking at the comments on both sides over here, both Facebook as well as YouTube. I need you to tag people and invite them to come and be a part of this conversation, because it is harvest time. I see you, Russell. It's good to see you. My goodness, I'm always excited to see you on. It's good to see you. I hope you're able to stick with us for just about another 45 minutes. It's harvest time. It's harvest time. And again, today we talk about the restoration, the rejuvenation, the reformation, and the revival of abundance. I want to read a text that is found in Joel chapter 2. In the book of Joel in the Bible, chapter 2. Now, let me say from the onset, I understand that the context of this particular text is 1, allegorical. Number 2, it is centered around the children of Israel, the rising up of an enormous army in order to fight an opposing battle. But there are some allegorical and spiritual principles that are lined and laced within these couple of verses that I want to draw the juice out of and pour into you this insight and revelation today. So I don't want anyone to think, well, he's just taking that out of context. Yes, I am using the context of this particular verse to draw from the allegorical message that's there in order to bring forth a higher truth that I know will empower you. That's for all of my pseudo theologians that may be watching this now or watching it on the replay. Okay, so Joel chapter 2, verse 25 and 26. I'm going to read it as it's written in the King James Version of the Bible. Okay, it reads like this: "And I, that is God, will restore to you the years that the locusts have eaten, the cankerworm and the caterpillar and the palmer worm, my great army which I send among you. And you shall eat in plenty and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your God that has dealt wondrously with you, and my people shall never be ashamed. Let me read it one more time. I just want you to catch the meat, the juice, the power that is contained in these two verses. And I, God, says, I will restore. Listen to what he says. I'm going to restore. I'm going to give back. Oh my goodness. I'm going to put back into place. I am going to rejuvenate. I'm going to reform and revive, bring back to life the years. My goodness. So he is speaking in reference to years that had been lost in misery, want, lack, need, scarcity, because they found themselves impoverished and in captivity. He says, I'm going to give back all of the years that you lost. I'm going to restore them, rejuvenate them, reform them, and revive them. He says all of the years that were lost to the locust, the cankerworm, and the caterpillar, and the palmer worm. Man, if I really had time and if it wouldn't take me off course, I would dissect what each of those different species of animals represent, because they each represent a different thing. But that's not my assignment this morning. Maybe another time. He says, my great army. Whose army? God's army. In other words, God is the one who released the cankerworm, the caterpillar, the palmer worm, and the locust. Kind of gives you a clue about what they each represent, but don't worry about it. Again, that's not it. All right. He says, I'm going to everything that was lost as a result of these attacks, of these experiences, of these traumatic experiences that you've gone through. I'm going to restore, rejuvenate, reform, and revive them. And he says, I'm also going to cause you. He says, listen now, I'm prophesying. I will cause you to eat in plenty and be satiated, satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your God. And he says, my people, my offspring, those who are the divine iteration of me, those who are the vessels through which I experience and express myself in the earth, those who are made in the likeness and the image of God, those who have been born into this three-dimensional existence as a representative of the divine, who has the kingdom of God within them, and I live in, through, and as them. He says, those will never be ashamed, never be embarrassed, never be humiliated, never have to worry about fear, doubt, unbelief, want, lack, need, or scarcity ever again, because I am going to give them back everything that was lost, along with everything that is, as well as everything that shall be. Man, did you catch what I just said? I want you to hear the promise of the all of everything, the promise of God being made to you this morning. I want to speak prophetically to every single one of you that is tuned in to me this morning, that the time of restoration, rejuvenation, and reformation, along with revival, is right here at hand. It is as near as your breath. It only takes your doing a couple of things to step into that place of full restoration, rejuvenation, reformation, and revival, and to remain in that substantive place where you eat plenty and you never have to be ashamed. You never have to be without. You never have to be in need or want or lack or scarcity. I wonder how many of you that are watching me right now would testify that you would love to be in the position where you never have another need or want or lack or scarcity, that you never experience the shame, humiliation, or embarrassment of not having enough. I want you to know that this promise is to you. And the prerequisite for walking, living, and experiencing this promise is very simple. It is very, very simple. You're going to be shocked at how simple it is and how much that sacred text from both the Bible, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, from the Tao, the Torah, all have to say about you living, experiencing, and expanding in abundance. I need to make clear for those who may be new and uninitiated, I need to make clear that it is God's divine desire and will for you to live your life in abundance. Yes, I'm going to say it again. I don't care what no preacher, teacher, guru, master has tried to tell you. I don't care how they've tried to pretty it up, dress it up, and make it look like you're supposed to endure all of this suffering and poverty and going without, because that makes you deeper and makes you more spiritual, and God got to strip you down in order to build you up, and sometimes God got to take everything from you in order to give you more. That is nonsense. I'll say it again. It is nonsense. God is not taking anything from you. God is not trying to prevent you from experiencing abundance. God is not trying to test your faith. Well, Lord have mercy. What kind of craziness is that? Okay, let no man say when he is tempted that he is tempted of God, because God tempteth no man, but every man is drawn away by his own lust and enticed by his own greed, his own motivations. So when you find yourself afar off from abundance, it is not because God's stripping you down and God's trying to keep you humble. It is because you have now misaligned yourself with the divine vibration, the spirit, the energy, the anointing that flows from the kingdom of God that is within you and that surrounds you and that governs the atmosphere in which we live. That the universe and all of nature are set to conspire for your success and your abundance. Everything is for you and nothing is against you. I'll say it again for those who are sitting in the back. Everything is for you and nothing is against you. All things are synergistically working together for your good, because you are the called, the summoned, according to God's divine purpose, your original intent for being released into this three-dimensional existence that you co-created with God in eternity past. When you were released into this earth, you were summoned into this space and place for you to fulfill a purpose in the earth, and that purpose is abundantly supplied for by God and all of nature and the universe. And the only thing and the only one that can contradict that is you. Not a devil, not a demon, not a spirit, not a hank, not a witch, not a warlock, not a black magic, red magic, blue magic, any kind of magic you want to throw, not Magic Johnson. There is no thing that can interrupt the flow of abundance in your life except you. You are the causation of either your abundance flow or the cessation of the flow of abundance in your life. You. It's all on you. Somebody write in the comments, it's all on me. It's all on me. It's all on me. It's up to you to decide whether you're going to live in the abundance that is provided or you're going to remain in the can hardly get along struggle life that you have experienced for so many years. It's all on you. I don't see but one comment. I need for some more people to comment in the comments. It's all on me. It's all on me. I'm looking on both sites. I'm trying to see. It's all on me. Y'all got to type faster because you're using up my time. It's all on me. That's right. That you're the only one. You're the catalyst. You're the seed of causation for either the abundance to flow or the cessation of that flow of abundance, the stagnation of that flow of abundance. It's all on you. And one of the most deceitful things that can, and it's self-deceit, that can ever take place during the course of your understanding abundance and flow is that you align yourself with abundance and get a flow that comes in, and then you lose sight of doing what you did in order to get to the flow, and you stop doing it because you think it's no longer necessary. I'm here now. And you don't realize that when you stop doing it, you are living on borrowed time before the brook dries up. Oh my goodness. That's what I said. Before the brook, because you've turned off the faucet, you've closed the valve that allowed the abundance to flow in, and now you thought you could survive on what looked like more than enough at the moment, but because there is not a constant feeding into that abundance, eventually that line of abundance starts to begin to shrivel and go down. The water line of the brook goes down, and before you know it, it's dry desert ground. And then you want to scuffle and quickly scurry around to try and turn the valve back on to get some more flow coming back in again. When if you just stay in alignment, continue to follow the principles, practices, and patterns that are necessary to keep the flow going, you will constantly live in a place of circulation where there is a constant flow coming into your life. Ooh, and I'm just getting started. Okay, let's keep going. Beloved community, my friends, my loved one, partners, potential partners, we have gathered to this place today under the banner of divine truth and revelation that I'm going to release to you this morning, to step boldly into the reality that we are the very breath and the animation of the infinite power of God that is resident within us. We are the very breath, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the hands, the feet, the heartbeat of an animated expression of the divine God that lives in us, through us, and as us. Let us rejoice in the knowing that this same divine spirit, this divine mind, this divine consciousness is not something that we strive for. It's not something we had to jump through hoops for. It's not something we have to walk a tightrope for. I know that that's what religion teaches you. Oh, you got to be holy. And what they mean by it is you've got to follow all our rules, regimens, legalisms, and dogmas. No, you are holy because you were born out of the ether, the isness of God. And since God is holy and you are the offspring of God, you, by then connection, are holy. So you're trying to do certain things in order to meet the standard of what others have defined as holiness is ludicrous and a waste of time. It's like me trying to be black. I don't have to try. I was born black. You don't have to try to be holy. You were born holy. So you can rejoice in knowing that it is not something you strive for, not something that you have to chase, not something you have to run behind or pursue, nor is abundance something that you have to strive and chase and run behind, but it is something that you are. Did y'all hear what I just said? That this divine consciousness of abundance, of righteousness, of holiness is not something you have to strive for, chase down, run behind, not something you have to jump through hoops in order to have. It is everything that you are. You are righteous, you are holy, and you are abundant. Hold on, Miles. Hold on. How you gonna say that I'm righteous and holy and I'm doing this, that, and that? I didn't say all your actions were righteous. I said you are righteous. How you gonna tell me I'm abundant and I got bills and I got debt? I didn't say that all of your actions and surroundings were abundant. You are abundant. Sometimes we act out of character of who we are. God have mercy. Help me now. Come on, y'all know what I'm talking about. Sometimes we say, do, and act in a way that does not align with our true nature of who we are. Sometimes that's because of trauma. Sometimes it's because of emotion. Sometimes it's purely out of ignorance. We simply don't know that this is who I am. And so therefore we make choices and decisions. We do actions that misalign us with our truest character and our true nature. But I'm here to remind you or to inform you, depending upon where you are, to remind some of you, to inform others of you that you are righteous, you are holy, but more than that, you are abundant. Did you hear what I said? You are not trying to get abundance. You are not striving for abundance. You're not jumping through hoops to be abundant. You are abundance. You don't have to chase what you already are. In the whole Genesis narrative, the allegory that is given in the creation story, the serpent makes an interesting statement to Eve. Again, all of this is metaphorical, but the statement is very telling. When it says to him, the serpent says to Eve, it says, listen, why don't you go ahead and get some of this fruit? And Eve says, no, we can't do that. Because God gave us a command not to touch it, not to eat of it, not to even look at or go near it. The day we do, we shall surely die. And then the serpent in the story says, did God really say that? Are you sure? Were you there when he said it? He said it to Adam. He didn't really say it to you. Did you hear that? And then he says this, here is the one that is profound. Here is the one that is telling and revealing. Then the serpent says, I don't think he wants you to eat of this tree because he knows that the day that you do, you'll live forever. Did you get that? Did you get it? Did you catch it? Did you catch the trickery? The serpent says that if you eat of this fruit, God knows that the day that you eat of it, you're going to live forever. And you're going to be just like God. And God don't want that. Did you catch what he just did? What the serpent did was promise her what she already had. Go ahead, Dave. She was already going to live forever. She was already exactly like God. That the scriptures, just a few verses, chapters before, said they were made in the likeness and the image of God. She was already like God, was already living eternally, yet he promised her something that she already had. Did y'all hear what I just said? That's right, Toya. They were already like God. I'm here to tell you, you are already like God. You are already righteous, already holy, and already abundant. And yet you let shysters come along and throw you these hoops and loops and dogma and legalisms and say, oh, you got to do all of this so you can be abundant. You got to do all of this so you can be righteous and holy. You got to do all of this. And sometimes you will, and sometimes you won't. They're promising you what you already have, playing on your ignorance or on your trauma or on your greed or lust or desire, and tells you that this abundance is something that's afar off, and you have to fight and strive and work and sweat and jump through hoops and walk this certain line in order for you to achieve it. But abundance, ladies and gentlemen, is who you are. I need you one more time. I need y'all to help me to teach this morning. Write in the comments, I am abundant. Somebody beat me to it already. Toya already put it there. I am abundant. Put it there. Put it in the comments. Everybody write it in big, bold, capital letters. That's supposed to mean you're yelling and shouting. So I want you to yell it in the comments. I am abundant. Put it in there. Yes, put as many exclamation points behind it as you want. I am abundant. I am. I'm not trying to be. I'm not hoping to be. I'm not saying one day I will be. I'm not striving to be. I am right now, in every moment, in every second, in every minute of my existence in this three-dimensional form. I am abundant. Despite what my circumstances may look like, they are only looking like that because I was unaware of who I am. I am only living in these conditions because I was unaware of who I am. I let someone trick me out of having what I'm supposed to have because they made me believe that I was what I'm not. But I am abundant. I am not poverty stricken. I am not broke. I am not in need. I am not in want. I am not lacking. I am not limited. I am not in scarcity. I am abundant. Abundant in finance, abundant in my health, abundant in love, abundant in my emotional state, abundant in my mind, abundant in my spirit. I am abundant. Everything about me is expansive, growing, and abundant. I am more than enough. I have more than enough. I am abundant. And for every one of you who your abundance has been lying dormant within you because it is loaded and coded in your DNA, always been there from the moment you drew your first breath. It's been lying there waiting for you to consciously be aware of it, to acknowledge it, to embrace it. And I'm telling you today, I am awakening your conscious mind to who you really are so that you can experience a restoration, rejuvenation, reformation, and revival of abundance in you, through you, and as you. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Listen to what I'm saying to you. Great day, I gotta keep going. Man, my time is going by fast. All right. The divine consciousness that we are is forever expressing its true nature of abundance. The abundance is not sporadic. Let me say that again, that this abundance is not sporadic. It is not conditional. It is not something we have to wrestle and gripe for and grip for and cry out to some distant God for, oh Lord, please hear my cry, Lord. Please, it's your child, Jesus, Lord God. I'm down here toiling while I'm down here toiling. Please search my heart. What kind of nonsense and foolishness is that? Now, I don't fault our foreparents and ancestors and parents for singing those songs. They didn't know any better. But it's 2024. It's time for you to awaken to an understanding that you ain't down here toiling through the muck and the mire. You're not some poor, pitiful pilgrim trying to make heaven your home. You're not down here just suffering and scuffling and trying to survive. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You are the personification of abundance in human form. And the moment that you become aware of that and conscious of it, the moment that you embrace this truth as your dominant thought, it begins to change everything around you. Are you hearing me? That means you got to change your language, change the way you think, change the way you speak, change the actions and decisions that you make, and make sure that they are in alignment with your true nature of abundance. Because as a man thinketh, so is he. And the only way you can be transformed back to the place of abundance, rejuvenation, revival, and restoration of that abundance is by the renewing, the anachronosis, by the shifting, by the reconstructing and reminding of your mind. You have to remember who you are. You came here knowing, and then you were taught to forget. Everybody and everything around you told you, oh no, you live in the ghetto, you live in the projects, you poor, you busted, you disgusted, oh no, you black in America, you ain't gonna ever make it. Everybody's against you. All the rules are against you. You'll never be able to climb up this ladder. Oh, you'll do okay, but don't start thinking you are all that now, and don't forget where you came from. Well, can I repeat the words that they spoke, that last word? Please don't forget where you came from. Oh, you thought you came from the projects. Oh, you thought you just came from your mother's womb. Oh, you thought you came from poverty. No, ma'am. No, sir. You came out of the abundant bosom of the all of everything. You came out of the mind of God. You came out of the isness, the ether, the spirit, the all-encompassing, omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, and omniactive spirit of God. That's where you came. Please don't forget where you came from. You came out of the very breath and mouth of God, and you are endowed with the power, the essence of God in you, through you, and add you, loaded and coated in your DNA. That's where you came from. Please don't forget where you came from. Don't you dare forget who you really are. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? The spiritual law is that the divine, the spirit, the essence of God must express itself in fullness. Listen to me. The law of God, the law of the universe, is that the divine, that is divinity, the essence of God, the isness of God, must express itself fully. It is designed to fully express, experience, expand, accelerate, to grow. It is designed that way. That is the nature of God. God does not regress. God is constantly progressing. evolving, unfolding, revealing, expanding, and accelerating. That is God's responsibility, not ours. Did you get what I just said? Did you get what I just said? The Spirit of God within you is designed to increase, to prosper, to have experience and expand abundance. That's its responsibility. It is not our responsibility. All of your striving, working, jumping through hoops, and trying to keep legalistic laws, are you trying to force the Spirit to do what it was already designed to do? It's like you trying to push a moving car. And you keep falling because the car is moving faster than you can push. But you, out of ignorance, out of your being deceived by your religion and family and culture and environment, you keep running, trying to push the car. And the car is like, I don't need you to push me. I can drive. I need you to jump in and ride. If I don't, I'm about to get up and run out of this place. I said, the car is saying, I don't need you to push me. I got my own engine. My motor is running. I'm automatically set to move. I need you to get in the driver's seat and start driving. Steer where you want the car to go. Steer it and take it in the direction that is aligned with your vision, with your hope, with your dream, with what it is that you are trying to create in this earth. I need you to stop pushing and get in the car and drive. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Stop striving to be what you already are. Stop striving to push the car up the hill. Jump in the driver's seat and start directing. That's the place of a God. That's the place of a divine spirit. Y'all not hearing me? I'm not over here begging and pleading and, oh Lord, if you see me down here, have mercy, Lord. A few of your handmaid servants, bad children before a good father, empty pitcher before a full fountain. No, absolutely not. Oh, no, help me push this car up the hill. Help me make it through the night. Oh, Lord, I can't make it without you. God is like, well, what makes you think you're going to ever be without me in the first place? Get your butt up and get in the car and start directing. Your place and your position is to sit in the seat of power and authority and then direct abundance, direct, y'all hearing what I'm saying? Increase, direct the blessing to go in the direction that you want it to go, to aim it toward your destiny or destination, to make sure that abundance carries you to your destination. Man, this is too good right now. I'll tell you, if I could speak Chinese, I'd say it in Chinese. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? When we awaken to this, our responsibilities become light. That's why he said, my yoke is easy, my burdens are light. Okay? When we awaken to this understanding, our responsibility becomes light. It is simply to be aware, to turn our consciousness toward the divine presence within us, knowing that it is the source of all that we desire. It is this awareness, watch this, that liberates us from the shackles of fear and doubt and lack and want and need and scarcity and limitation. No more need to toil in the field of scarcity or separation. Like God is way over here and I'm stuck over here and I'm just trying to get to God. What kind of nonsense? What kind of foolishness? What kind of devilment is that? I'm just trying to get to where I want to go. Where Jesus is. What kind of, what? You want to go? Why you need to go when God is, come by here, Lord. Come by here. God lives here. God abides here. God lives in you, through you, as you, is always dwelling with you, never leave you, never forsake you, with you until the ends of the age. God doesn't have to come by. God don't have to stop by. You don't have to beg and plead. You don't have to try and go to where God is, go to where it is. Man, God is here. Are you hearing me? God is here. God is in you. So no more toiling in the fears of scarcity and separation. You're not separated from God. You are not separate. I don't care what your preacher told you. He's a liar. She's a liar. You can tell him I said so. Tell him to inbox me or face me on Facebook. Anything that they feel like they need to do, I'll show them from their own Bible that they half read that they're a liar. God is not separated from you. God is not separated from you. God's not angry at you. God's not mad at you. God is not, don't want to deal with you. You don't need Jesus to protect you from God. Oh, Lord, I know I just got in some trouble right there. Oh, gee, Lord have mercy, because that is the way that the church world has presented Jesus for years. Like you need Jesus to protect you from God, that God really don't like you. He don't care for you. He don't want to do nothing for you. He wants to kill you. He wants to destroy you. But the blood, he looks at you when he sees you. He don't even see you. He just see the blood. When he look at that blood, then he says, okay, I won't kill him. Okay, I guess I'll give him some mercy. Okay, all right, even though I can't stand them, even though they make me sick, even though my creation that I created in my own image, I can't stand. But because this blood is there, then okay, I'll look the other way and I'll be merciful to him. That is a bunch of hogwash nonsense. I would use some other terms if I didn't think I would offend some of my religious folk that's on here, but I know some of y'all that are on here would stop listening if I said the other thing, but that's a bunch of BS. God is not against you, not angry at you, upset with you, and God, you don't need Jesus to protect you from God. Jesus serves a purpose, but it is not to protect you from God. Lord have mercy. Let me keep going because, boy, that'll really upset some folk. Look at that. Some of my numbers went down right then. I just saw it. Some of my numbers went down right there. It's like, oh, wait a minute now. Hold on. You're not going to take away my victimology. I got to be a victim. I can't. You don't start making me think that God loved me and really liked me and have an unconditionally attached to me. No. I need that blood to cover me up because the eye's filthy and nasty and all of my righteousness is that's filthy rags and I'm a filthy, dirty worm. I'm disgusting. If that ain't the most convoluted bunch of foolishness that I've ever heard in my entire life, and that's coming from somebody who used to preach it, because I just didn't know no better. I didn't know no better. Okay, I didn't know no better. I ain't ashamed to admit it to you. I'm embarrassed, but I ain't ashamed to admit it to you that I didn't know no better. I really thought that what I was saying was right, even though it didn't sound right in my head, but it was what I had been told my entire life. But you don't need Jesus to protect you from God. That's what I said. Can you feel the release that I'm trying to get to you this morning? Or can you feel the liberty and the freedom? Can you feel the weights falling off of your shoulders as you embrace this truth that your good is not dependent upon your human effort? That your blessing and your abundance is not dependent upon whether or not you walk a straight line or keep a bunch of rules, regulations, and dogma that has been set up by a religion or a culture or an environment. Can you feel the freedom and the liberty? I want to say something to you that the Spirit of God spoke to me this morning while I was sitting here preparing to come on and talk to you this morning. And when it said, when the Spirit spoke it, when it emerged within my conscious mind, and man, I almost hollered, but I was trying not to wake up everybody. And now I was, boy, I almost, look, I'm just telling you right now, I almost let out a yelp. Are you ready for it? you're going to want to write this one down. Write this down. Here is what God said. And I'm slow to be saying that this is what God said unless I am absolutely sure. This is what God said. You might want to write this down. God said, you are not here to create abundance. You are here to allow it. I'm going to let that marinate. I'm going to let that sizzle in your spirit. I'm going to let that stay with you, but just let it sit there in your soul for 1 second. Just pick it apart and just taste every morsel of that word. Just listen to it. You are not here to create abundance. You are here to allow it. I don't want to knock the table over Greg today. I'm trying to control myself. You are not here to create abundance. You are here to allow it. Abundance is innate. Abundance is inherent. Abundance is loaded and coded into the structure of your being. Abundance is automatic. You are not here to create abundance. You are simply here to create space for abundance to flow. Let me say it again. I said, you are not here to create prosperity, to create abundance, to create increase. You are here to create, cultivate, and curate an environment that allows abundance to do what it was naturally designed to do, to allow it to flow. You don't have to strive to create it. You don't have to work to try and build it out of the soil, out of the dust, out of the thorns, out of the thistles. You simply have to create a permission structure that allows abundance that is innate within you to simply flow. And so if you're not experiencing the abundant life right now, your question is not, what do I have to do in order to have abundance? Your question should be, what am I doing that is preventing abundance from doing what it was naturally designed to do? Because I am abundant. It is in me. It's a part of my nature. It's the essence of it. The power of it is right here inside of me. So what am I doing or not doing that does not allow what is in me to naturally flow out of me? I am to just allow it, to create a space, to cultivate a permission structure, to put in place an environment that is conducive for my divine nature to naturally do what it do. It's just got to do what it do, baby. Lord have mercy. Did you hear what I say? You got to let it flow. You got to let it flow. You got to let it flow. Did you hear that? Let it. I need everybody on right now to put in the comments, let it flow. Let it flow. Not make it flow, not force it to flow, not try and manipulate and control it into flowing. No, let it flow. Let it, write it in all caps with exclamation points to infinity. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Are you catching the words that are coming out of my mouth? Let it flow. Let it flow. Come on, YouTubers. Let it flow. Come on. I see y'all over there. Let it flow. Come on, Facebookers. Let it flow. Let the abundance flow. Let the increase. Let the prosperity flow. Not try and make it. You don't have to make it. You don't have to manipulate it. You don't have to do any kind of tricks or gimmicks or schemes or games. You simply have to create a permission structure. You simply have to have the mindset. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Have a mindset, a perception, and words and actions that create a structure, yes, for the abundance that is already in you to just flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. Nuana, I think that's how you say that. You ask, who am I? That's a loaded question, but my name is Isaac J. Miles Sr. I am a divine representation of the all of everything as we all are. I'm a teacher. Let it flow. Thank you for joining me. Let it flow, ladies and gentlemen. That's who you are. That's your nature. That is innate. That is inherent within you. Abundance will do what it does if you simply give it permission to do it. Let it flow. 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 I know. Let it snow. Let it snow. No, let it flow. That's what I'm going to say because I don't like snow. But let it flow. Let the abundance that's in you just flow. And watch. You don't have to chase. You don't have to run after. You don't have to strive for. You will attract because you know who you are. You know, I am abundance. I let abundance flow out, and that energy hits with the atmosphere that I've created around it, conducive for abundance. And then it begins to give me a form and experience that is a tangible representation of the abundance that I am. Are you catching what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Can you feel me with both hands? I got to keep going, man. I'm over time already by 6 minutes. So let me keep going. Let me keep going. Let me try and finish this. God, the infinite source, the all of everything, has already declared, I am that I am. The limitless source of all that is ever desired, wanted, needed. I am that. So need, want, scarcity is an illusion because the I am that I am is that. And watch this, because you, watch this now, hold on, fasten your seatbelt, because you are the divine reflection, the expression of the I am that I am. If I am that I am is in you, through you, and as you, then you are I am that I am. So when you say I am that I am, you are saying I am that I am. What I am, that I desire, that I am hoping for, that I have faith for, that my vision, my goal, my highest version of myself, I'm not striving to get it. I am that I am. That I am right there. I am that. Oh, that I am. I am that. That I am over there. I am that. I am that I am. And when I am that I am, I attract that I am. And that I am manifests in three-dimensional form and experience. Woo! Man, I just said a mouthful. I just said a mouthful. Did you catch what I just said? Let it flow. Let it be the I am that I am. And that I am will automatically flow in. Let me keep going. Okay. The prophet Joel, the text that we read earlier, speaks of the restoration of the years that the locusts and the cankerworms and the palmer worms and all of these other worms have eaten. Whatever locusts, whether they be fear, lack, want, trauma, loss, need, scarcity, you sought to that have sought to devour your life, know this, that the divine power within you is able to restore, rejuvenate, reform, and revive everything that was lost. That you have the divine law of the perpetual transmutation of energy that works in your favor. You can take that dark matter, dark energy and transmute it into the form that serves your highest good. And please don't take the term darkness as something negative. That's a part of white supremacy and slavery that's been left over, and we've kind of bought into this idea that anything dark or black has to be negative. It is not negative. Everything actually emanates from dark matter. Even light comes out of darkness. Y'all didn't catch what I just said. I don't have time to give you a science lesson, but please understand me that dark matter is what is the formation of all things. Everything emanates out of that dark matter, out of that dark energy. And you take that dark energy and transmute it. Come on. Like Rumpelstiltskin, yeah, turning lead into gold, where you take old traumatic experiences and you put them through transmutation so that you can turn them into gold. You turn your mountains into gold mines. You turn your stones into diamonds. You turn your brokenness into beauty and brilliance. You turn your test into testimony. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Because all things are working together for your good. Are you hearing me? And so this divine power that is within you, that is in you, through you, and as you, is constantly working to transmute all of your experiences, all of your traumas, all of your encounters, all of the pieces, people, places, things, and pieces of your life into tangible forms that serve your highest good. Everything is for you, and nothing is against you. The spirit that resides within us is eternally renewing and eternally making all things new. The divine is not limited by the past, nor is it limited by what you perceive to be lost or broken. The spirit is always making all things new, transmuting the dark energies and dark matter into tangible forms that serve our highest good. So look up, beloved. Look up, brothers, sisters, friends. Look up to the hills from which cometh your help. That hill is your higher consciousness, not some mountain that's sitting over in Israel. No, the hill, metaphorically, it was speaking about your higher consciousness. Look to that higher consciousness of the soul so that the high road, you can see the high road of abundance and prosperity in front of you. This is the road that the Spirit has paved for you. This is the way that has been made for you to walk with ease and grace and joy. Look to your higher consciousness. Every time you find yourself thinking those thoughts that are antithetical to your abundance, to your prosperity, to your increase, then you need to raise your vibrational frequency and start looking to the hill. Look to your higher consciousness. Look to your higher thought. Look to the part of you that is truly expressive of the essence of who you really are, the character of your being, the essence of your divine nature. Stop living in that debased lower vibrational nature that you learned and acquired from your trauma, your environment, your culture, your religion, your family, your friends, your cousin, them, your grandmama, them, who all taught you that this is just the way life is. This is just what you got to accept. This is just the way it's going to be. It is what it is. No, you got to erase and eradicate all of that. Climb above the minutia. Get to your higher consciousness and recognize I am that I am. Hey, look to the hill, the high road of prosperity, the high road, the high path of abundance, and walk that path. Because when you do so, then all that you desire naturally, easily, effortlessly flows toward you. You don't attract what you want. You attract who you are. My God, have mercy. I'll say it again. I felt that in my spirit. I said, you don't attract what you want, what you need. You attract who you recognize that you are. I am that I am. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Every desire in your heart is but a reflection of the limitless supply that already exists in the invisible realm of the spirit. Man, I'm dropping some nuggets today. I don't even know I don't know whether y'all taking notes or you just getting happy while you listening. It's a good thing it's on video, so you'll be able to go back and watch it on the replay and maybe write some things down. Let me repeat what I just said to you again. Every desire in your heart is a reflection of the limitless supply that already exists in the invisible realm of the spirit. Everything you could ever desire already exists. It already exists. It exists in the ether. It exists in the kingdom. It exists in the invisible world of the spirit. It is just waiting for you to pull it out of the spirit realm into this three-dimensional realm to manifest it as a tangible reality. And the first indicator that it is already there is the fact that you desire it. You wouldn't desire it if it didn't. Did you hear what I said? You wouldn't desire it if it didn't exist. The fact that you have the desire is the indicator that it already exists. And now you simply need to align yourself, create space for it to just flow into your life. Create. My mic got muted for a second. Can you hear me? Somebody say something to me in the comments to let me know that you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Quick, please. Y'all can't hear me. It says that it's back on. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. The fact that you have a desire for it says that it already exists. It's already there. You just have to create the space in order for it to manifest in your reality, for you to have the experience in your existence. You simply have to create this. And the fact that you have this desire, don't you dismiss it as crazy. I hear you already. I can hear some of you thinking right now, man, I thought I was crazy thinking this, that, and the other. That desire didn't come out of nowhere. It emerged up out of the depths of your souls, and it has its roots and source from the divine spirit that you are. It permeated and went through and entered into your soul, into your consciousness, and made you aware of a desire that you didn't even know that you had. But the desire is an indicator. It's a flashing red neon sign to say it already exists. Believe that you receive and you shall have. It's already there. I simply need for you to create the space so that it can have a pathway to come flowing to you effortlessly. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Man, I'm giving you some powerful insight, powerful spiritual principles this morning. I'm almost through. So as you align your consciousness with the truth that the spirit is the source of every invisible form, your finances, your relationships, your health, your peace, you open the floodgates of the heavens. We ain't talking about pie in the sky, by and by. We talking about higher consciousness. That's the real heaven. Lord, I know I just made some church folk mad, and I ain't got time to really break it down and explain it to you and go through all the different definitions and the theological reasons for it. But just take my word for it and then go do some research if you want to and find out for yourself that the real heaven is not some place that's, up in the sky with streets of gold and everything. All of those are symbolic and metaphorical for the compartments within your higher consciousness, within your soul. I go to prepare a place for you that in my house there are many mansions. Those are different compartments and different places within your soul or consciousness that you can enter into and experience the abundant expansion and riches that are available to you once you become aware of who you truly are. So you open the floodgates of heaven, your higher consciousness, and abundance comes rushing in. The moment that you begin to become aware of those things, aware of that new desire, aware of your isness as the divine, and aware of your oneness with God, then the abundance comes rushing into your life. You have just opened the floodgate. You've just opened up the windows. You opened up the doors, opened up all of the portals, and opened up a conduit for the abundance to just come. It's like abundance has been pushing up against your conscious mind, your soul, trying to get to you, trying to come into your life, but doubt and fear and unbelief and religion and trauma and environment and culture standing in the way. But the moment that you begin to renew your mind, the moment you begin to be reminded and you remember and you reconfigure your conscious thought, then the restoration, the renovation, are you hearing me? The Reformation and the revival of the abundance come, because what was blocking is now removed and it comes rushing straight through into your lived experience. Are you catching what I'm throwing out to you? So I need you to release any sense of lack and separation. Let go of the struggle life, the poverty life, that poverty mentality. I need you to let it go. Every bit, every morsel, every crack, every crevice, every corner, every piece, every residue, every piece of dust that comes from it. I need you to sweep the house clean. Sweep this conscious mind clean of all of the residue of the struggle. Get off the struggle bus and put away that poverty mindset and dress yourself, drape yourself, drench and satiate and saturate yourself with abundance. Abundance. So that you stop going through this unnecessary struggling and unnecessary pain and heartache and unnecessary striving and poverty and borrowing from Peter to pay Paul and always living from paycheck to paycheck. I need you to shift your mindset. Listen, let me tell you, I'm going to say something that's going to really, man, it threatens a whole lot of things with people, especially with some of these con preachers that are out here running these games and trying to get over on folks. But I'm telling you right now, you can sow all the seeds that you want to sow. You can give as much money as you want to give. You can tithe. You can give your offerings. You can make sacrifices. But if your mind is not aligned with abundance, all of that is for naught. That's why you've been tithing and not getting anything. That's why you've been giving and not seeing the results. That's why y'all ain't gonna talk back to me now. I know. And giving is right. Giving is a good thing. It is the doorway. It opens and progresses and it begins to accelerate your abundance and your prosperity. It absolutely does. You reap what you sow. But if you do so from a mindset of poverty, a mindset of striving, a mindset of struggle, a mindset of lack, need, want, and scarcity, you are wasting your time and your money. Yeah, I said it, and I won't take it back. You are wasting your time and your money, and you know it because you've been doing it and getting zero results. Because you're doing it out of necessity. You're doing it out of fear. You're doing it out of manipulation, trying to get you, like you can get over on God. What kind of nonsense is that? You like you're going to run some kind of shell game with God. Let me move these pieces around. Okay, which one is the ball under? You can't con the Almighty. You can't con the universe. You can't con nature. You can't. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You have to be deliberate and intentional, and with the understanding that I am the abundance. I am just creating space for the abundance to flow. So I am giving to create a space. I am tithing to create a space. I'm putting together a permission structure for what's already in me to flow toward me and manifest in my life. So it matters the mindset that you're in, the motive behind your giving. Motive matters. Oh, goodness, Lord, that's another good one. Write this in the comments, please. Motives matter. If you giving to please the preacher, you giving to be seen by other people, you giving because they tell you better, or the devil gonna curse you. You curse with a curse. Don't be stupid. You're not cursed. Oh, I don't even have time to unpack how stupid that is. You are not cursed with no curse. What kind of, oh Lord. Just nonsense, foolishness, okay? But if you're giving, I don't want to be cursed. I want to make the preacher happy. I want to make people around me happy. I want to make sure that folks see what I'm giving, and I want them to know that I'm balling, honey. I got it like that. If those are any of your reasons, or I desperately need God to do this, that, and the other. I'm desperate. I need to do this, and so let me see if I can manipulate and I can con God into doing something for me. If I give this $2, $5, $10, and then maybe God will just no. Motives matter. I'm giving because I'm giving out of a place of generosity. I'm giving out of a place of love. I'm giving out of the innate generosity that is a part of my structural being, my essence. I'm giving because I desire to give. It gives me joy. It gives me peace. It makes me happy to be able to sow and to supply and to give. And I am creating a permission structure that allows the law of circulation to run freely in my life. I am creating a permission structure for the law of compensation, the law of sowing and reaping, the law of increase, the law of multiplied blessings to continuously work and operate freely in my life. I am creating space to let it flow. That's why I give. Not because I'm trying to con or please somebody. Come on. Let me finish. I'm there. Last bit. So as we close, I'm closing. Should I hoop this far? I'm closing. Touch your neighbor, say I'm closing. No, I'm kidding. I'm playing. Y'all. Don't mind me. I'm being silly. In closing, I invite you to center yourself in this truth. You are an expression of divine abundance. You are the source. You are the spirit. You are God manifested in human form. The source of your prosperity, your peace, your joy is already within you. You lack nothing. That didn't resonate. Let me say it again. You lack nothing. No thing. You lack nothing. I need you to trust in the divine process, in the divine presence of the Spirit of God within you, through you, and as you. Trust that God is already appearing as the all-sufficiency in your life, in your affairs,
in your endeavors, in your relationships. It is already appearing and working in your behalf in ways that are beyond what you could ever even imagine. Now unto him, the Spirit of God, it that is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all you could ever ask or think, according to, watch this, the power that works in you. Amen. 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 I'm done. That's it. That's the word. That is the restoration, rejuvenation, reformation, and revival of abundance in your life. If you got as hyped and excited as I did, I know you didn't get a whole lot of notes, so the video stay up. Go back and watch it on replay so you can write down the notes. Try and do it and stay calm if you can for a little while, at least long enough to write it down, and then digest it, distill it into your soul, and then begin to live it out. Start to create that permission structure for abundance to flow in your life. Riches, wealth, increase, abundance, prosperity await you, waiting to come gushing out of you as energy so that it can cultivate, curate a tangible representation of itself and present itself to you as a three-dimensional experience, a form for you to enjoy. Did you hear me? Did you receive this word this morning? Were you blessed by it? Were you empowered by it? That's the most important thing. Those of you watching on YouTube, those of you watching on Facebook, talk back to me. Let me know that you were empowered and blessed by what you heard, encouraged and enlightened, reinforced or introduced you to information that's helpful to your growth and your development and your prosperity. I am grateful for each and every one of you tuning in and being with me today. I am going to ask each of you now to do an act of generosity and sow into this platform. Take an opportunity. This is an opportunity for you to do so from a place of generosity and love, not manipulation, not trying to run a con game, but simply because you appreciate what you've received. You appreciate the word that was released to you. You value it. You understand the value of it. And you want to sow or make a sacrifice or give an offering. And we've talked about the difference between the offering, the seed, and the sacrifice. And those of you who are partners who tithe, this is a good time and a good atmosphere for you to release the tithe and do that today. Those of you who are going to give an offering, listen to me. I am going to ask you, and you don't have to, it's up to you. But I am going to ask you to give an offering of $9.98. We know what those numbers mean. I'm not going to take the time to break it down because we dealt with that in another video. $9, we're going to use 9 and 8 because that is where we are in the time. It's prophetic, it's powerful, it's energetically aligned. $9.98. Those of you who are going to sow seed, I want you to sow a seed of $98.80. $99.80. $99.80 is your seed. And those of you who are going to make a sacrifice to give $998, that's the sacrifice. You can give the offering, your seed, or your sacrifice. But I'm asking you to stay in alignment with the energetic flow of the numbers 9 and 8. Offering of $9.98, a seed of $99.80, or a sacrifice of $998. Or you can do all three. Totally up to you. Take advantage of any of the platforms that you see on your screen right now. You can give by way of PayPal, Zelle, CashApp, or Venmo. It's your opportunity, and it is your prerogative out of your generosity and value for what you receive from this platform to decide to give and to begin to open those floodgates, creating space for the abundance that you are to just flow freely. Do it now while we're still on the air. Or if you happen to have one of those older phones or an Android where you can't do it while you're on, time to get delivered and come on over the iPhone. No, I'm kidding. I'm playing. But do it as soon as we go off the air so that you're able to get your seed, your sacrifice, or your offering into the ground. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your patience and your participation. We'll be here tomorrow morning to continue our 90 days of abundance, man. 90 days of abundance is here. And we'll meet tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for prayer and meditation. Okay? Our morning prayer and meditation, just 20 minutes out of your morning at 6 a.m. sharp for us to focus on these spiritual principles and to begin to set our intention for today. I hope that you'll get up and join us, set your alarm clock so that you will join us in the morning for this powerful time of transformation. Meet us for meditation and prayer at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning for the next, well, now it's less than 90 days. It's 90 days of abundance. We're at I think there are 92 days left. No, 82 days left, rather. Okay, for the next 82 days. Join us tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Look forward to seeing you then. Thank you again. I love you. Have the very best day ever.
Some of you are even afraid to dream, afraid to imagine. But I'm here to tell you that you are an infinite, limitless, boundless being. Are you willing to do what is necessary to have what you desire?
You've been listening to Apostle Isaac Miles, the disruptive innovator, a mentor, an author, a motivational speaker, an entrepreneur, and the founder and spiritual director at emergelec Life Enrichment Center. Please take a minute to subscribe, like, and share this page. If you'd like to become a partner, you can do so by emailing us at emerge.lifecenter@gmail.com. Again, that's emerge.lifecenter@gmail.com. Once again, thank you for watching.